Time now is 5:18. Let's check in with Art for a look at our forecast.
Okay, as we get into it, I've changed this up a little bit. We're going for cold temperatures this morning, and there's a flurry or two that could come in the morning hours as well as into the afternoon for your evening commute. So again, bear that in mind. We'll see that around the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, possibly getting back again into at least the 3 o'clock all the way hour into the 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. hour for your evening commute. That being said, the flurries, again, it's a low chance of that happening as far as snow is concerned, and the possibility of the rainfall starting to sneak in is also down to a 10% chance from a 20% chance from last night when Greg was doing the weather for you. You'll see this kind of start from the south. You'll also see it kind of start from the north as well. It'll sneak in, possibly coming into the west. As you can see, slowly but surely clouds are sneaking in right there as we get into the Twin Cities and continue on today. So we'll see that a lot happening. There's a lot of moisture punch coming in from the west coast, and that'll continue to push in today. So between 3 and 5, as I mentioned, a 10% chance of rain and snow mix. We'll also see cold air as we go through the morning hours this afternoon, a cooler afternoon with 30s in the picture, and then a low chance coming back again for your evening commute between 5 and 7. And by the time we get in about the 8 o'clock hour, we should be done with all that kind of tracking to the east. Here's a look at how this all plays out. You're going to see it as we go into the 7 a.m. hour. It starts to sneak in by Red Wing. Clouds start to increase on us as well from the west. We'll also see fewer clouds sneaking back in by the 9 o'clock hour, with more clouds possibly coming back again as we go into the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour. You see this coming down again. There's Winona has a possible chance of a flurry. Most of this may not even hit the ground today. We'll also see as we go into the 1 o'clock hour, and quiet conditions, some sunshine for most in some locations. As we get into 3 o'clock hour, you know, we get a lot darker during the day, but you'll also be seeing by 5 o'clock, most of this comes in by the evening commute. You'll see that kind of stretch across. It goes all the way down to La Crosse as well. Not so much for Eau Claire, but you see it kind of track back up to the north once we get into the 9 o'clock hour, and that continues to drop as we finish out for the day. Clouds will continue to push back in, and of course we'll get into mostly cloudy skies again for tomorrow. La Crosse is holding on, as I mentioned before, 20s again as you roll right into it, with 30s on the way as we go into the late morning hours. We'll also be seeing again going into Eau Claire, you're looking at a slight chance of that popping into the picture again. Mostly teens and 20s for the morning hours. Then we get into the 30s once we get into the afternoon. Of course, we go into the flight delays and things like that happening as far as conditions are concerned. Mostly sunny skies over in areas by Boston Logan, but showers may be possible coming back. We'll also see some pretty good conditions across all the locations in the forecast. As I've mentioned before, you're seeing some locations that are not showing any flight delays, but you've already heard that Alexandra has mentioned that Logan is having a little bit of trouble with some flight delays right now. We'll also be seeing some other locations are doing pretty well from the west coast back into the central portion of the nation, doing quite fine. When I come back, I'll have another view of your forecast and show you how that all plays out. But for today, we're looking at highs from 29 to 28 degrees all the way up to about 37 degrees. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.